Doing good.
So my name is Shona Smith. I'm a VSW student, and I was listening to you today. So can you start by telling me your name?
My name is Brian Dorellis.
Nice to meet you, Brian. So what brings you here today?
I have a court order to come in here because of my attack at Kroger.
Okay. So could you elaborate a little bit on your attack?
So, I've been holding a lot of things in, and then a customer came in line and filed a complaint against me, and then my manager just berated me in front of the store, and I just lashed out. So, instead of firing me, they told me I need to come see you because of my anger issues.
Okay. So can you, I guess, go into a little bit more detail on the ordeal? Like, what was the lash out that you did?
So, at Kroger we get a lot of customers coming in and out, and then customer came in looking for something, and I tried to tell the customer, we don't have it at this particular store. They didn't want to hear it, so talked to my manager, filed a complaint against me, and then my manager pulled me aside and just started disrespecting me in front of everybody. And then I don't know, I just reached my limit and blacked out. And next thing I know, I'm just grabbing him. I don't know. The next moment I found myself on top of him, yelling at him, just holding him, shaking him.
You're really upset about the situation.
I am.
Okay. So earlier you said he disrespected you. How did he disrespect you?
Well, he knows my situation at home. About the reason I got the job is because my mom is really sick and my father left us. So he used that, saying how he took a hoodlum out the street and this is the repayment he got. And I feel like I do my job, so I didn't deserve that. I'm really grateful for the job I got.
Mm-hmm.
And for him to bring up my family situation in front of all the coworkers and customers, I felt that was inappropriate.
Do you think that you came into the situation already, I guess, a little bit upset because of your home situation?
It's a lot going on at home, yeah, but I'm the type to hold it in, and I guess I've been holding it in for so long that, because this is not the first time he berated me in front of everybody, and usually I just say yes sir, keep it moving, but this time is different.
What exactly was different about this time from other times?
It was just, at first I started feeling dizzy hearing him yell at me, and then I don't know, I was getting lightheaded, feeling dizzy, my head was hurting, and then I was just feeling anger and adrenaline started building up, and then I snapped.
Okay, so you're going through some things at home, you come to work to help support your family, and then you feel like, you were disrespected at work, and you took action the way you saw fit at that point in time. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, did you go to court, or how did that work out for you?
Well, my lawyer, he was able to, have a plea bargain, and basically I had to have 20 hours community service, and I need to come see you about my anger management and how to better deal with my anger.
Okay. So you admit that you have anger problems?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, about how long have you been experiencing, anger or anxiety?
Well, throughout my whole life, people are always yelling at me, pushing me down, and combined with the stressful situation at home, I have this anger, and I just hold it in. That's what I'm good at, holding anger in since I was 5. And then I guess this is the first time, after all that build up, all that anger, I had to pop.
So you've never had any previous experiences where you've physically attacked someone or anything like that?
Happened once in 7th grade. 7th grade, same situation. I was playing soccer, and coach told me, go long, and I did, but I didn't catch the ball, and then all my teammates, it was just in my face, and then the next thing I know, I snapped. But that was the last incident.
Until recently, of course.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, what are you hoping to gain from our sessions together?
How to better deal with my anger. I put a lot of burden on myself, and it really stressed me out in the end. So I need a way to become less stressed. Be more vocal about my anger instead of holding it in and then lashing out.
I think it's good that you're recognizing that you do have a problem and trying to take the steps to move forward in doing so. So, I guess I just want to get to know, I guess, a little bit more about Brian. Tell me about yourself.
Well, I'm hardworking. After 7th grade, I had to transfer schools, and it was really hard on my mom. And then she took that out on me because now she had to drive me to school in a different district, which put more stress on her, and she just put that stress on me. So I try hard. I try to stay to myself because, after I experienced that lash out, I didn't want to be around other people. And so for that to happen again, my father left us, of course. Now it's just me and my mother. I don't know where my older brother is. And, I'm paying the bills. I had to work 2 jobs and go to school.
Okay. So, how was your relationship with your mother?
It was good back then, before she got sick. But when her health started going down, she started blaming me. And then when our father left, I had to feel the man in the role. I had to be the man in that situation. And I guess all the pain that was inflicted on her, she took it all on me. And, I was raised never to hit a woman, so all of that anger just built up inside me.
Okay. And then has this ever affected, I guess now your work life, but your other job or your schooling?
My other job, I don't really get to interact with people, so it's good. It doesn't really affect me. I'm by myself most of the time. School, I don't hang out with anybody. I go to school, go to work, go to my second job, and come home.
So do you have anyone in your life that you can vent to or talk to about any of these issues?
I don't have anybody. It's just me and my mom. I used to have, my older brother before he left, but he just disappeared one day.
So what I'm hearing is, there's a lot of people that seem to be kind of in and out of your life. Your father was there, then he left. Your older brother was there, then he left. And even your mom, to an extent, where you guys had like a good relationship, and then it kind of fell off a little bit. So do you think that kind of affects your anger?
It does. I feel betrayed. I feel hurt. I feel, like these are the people I was supposed to count on, and they all left me.
But that can also take a toll, which you're kind of witnessing now. So why not try to go find someone where you can talk to, that you can talk to or feel comfortable talking to?
I just feel like it's best if I'm alone. After that incident, I want to be by myself. I don't want to get anyone else involved because I'm just afraid they're gonna leave me again.
And how is being by yourself working for you thus far?
Not good.
Can you tell me a little bit more about what not good is?
Well, some days it's okay, but other days I watch other people have fun. I want to be them. I'm envious of them, but I know, I don't have that life. I don't have that carefree life where I could just go to school and play around and do clubs. I gotta work. That's what a man is about.
And that's understandable. There's a lot of people in your position to where, fun is kind of second. Work comes first, school comes first. But at the same time, it's important to take time, for Brian to do what makes Brian happy. So can you tell me something that makes you happy?
football used to make me happy. I used to play football in elementary school, up to the middle school. It's a contact sport, but I used to love it. It used to be my passion. I always thought one day I'd be in the NFL.
Okay, and what stopped that dream?
Life. Life stopped that dream. One after another, something went wrong. And then after that, I realized dreams die. They're not in the real world.
So what is in the real world?
Survival. You gotta do what you gotta do to survive. And that's what I'm trying to do right now.
Okay. So what have you done to survive thus far?
Work 2 jobs. I pay my bills. Barely. Put food on the table. Go to school. And that's it.
Okay. So overall, from our whole, talk thus far, we got to altercation at work due to some types of anger that has been, I guess, happening basically your whole life. You have situations that go on and you bottle it up until one day it just kind of explodes. So now you're here to try to take the steps to move forward. So I think that definitely anger management classes could be very useful for you to try to figure out how to channel your anger, and also possibly doing some sort of class or even a sport, something that actually gets you to do some interactive things with other people. I think that would be really helpful for you to kind of get more conditioned to working with people. Which brings me to another question that I have for you. How exactly did you come to work at this job at the grocery store? Given your past with working with people, or your feelings towards working with others?
The manager, the one that I got in an altercation with, was a close friend with my father. So after my father left, he was outside of life, and one day I was going to the store trying to buy some medicine from the pharmacy, and I seen him, and I told him, about what's going on, and he was at first real understanding. I could tell he didn't really want to do it, really want to give me a job, but I kind of begged and pleaded him. So 2 weeks later, he gave me a call, and he said, "You have an interview, and come Friday, suit and tie, 9 o'clock in the morning." So I skipped school and went straight there.
Okay, so you previously knew the manager.
Yes.
So that must have hurt a little bit more, I guess, given the situation.
Yes.
Okay. So what was the extent of your relationship with the manager beforehand?
He was like an uncle when my father was around. I was his best man in the wedding, so he used to always come around. And it was only until my father disappeared that he kind of slowly drifted apart, away from us too. He had no real connection to us. But he always used to spoil me too. But it's been years since I've seen him. I didn't even know he worked at that store. So I guess it's just like, another family member disrespecting me, especially how he knows what's going on. I guess it just pushed me over.
Okay. So is he pressing charges or anything like that?
He is the store manager of the branch that I work at.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Is he pressing charges against you for the?
Pressing charges? No, but the store might, because I did cause a disturbance in Kroger. So it's not really a thing against him personally. It's more of the store. They let me go. They can save face.
Okay. But the court order was whose decision? Like the court order for you to come here, was that in hopes for you to keep your job, or was just something they decided that?
Yes, it was for to keep my job, but I won't be in the same position. What they'll have me doing is to work in the back stock instead of working with customers.
And would you prefer that?
Yeah, I would really do. I really would. I really would prefer that, but the problem is they don't give us many hours as does up front. So, but any money is better than no money.
Okay. So if that were to happen and you were to have to work in the back room, what would that look like for you financially? You know, when you're at home.
Well, right now I got a couple bills that I really need to pay to like bill. The bank's been they've been calling, and I managed to pay everything off, but it's just like if I don't have enough hours, I don't know if I can keep it. The lights, the water. So I'm working 60 hours a week at least, including school. So if I don't get these hours, then I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Okay. Do you think that you would be interested in getting, welfare help or public assistance?
I've thought about it, but I don't want it. I feel like since my mom said that if I was a man, I could handle the situation. So I'm trying to handle the situation my way. And I feel like if I get welfare, I want to be handling the situation.
But I understand your concern in that regard, but at the same time, taking that step to know that you need help is definitely, taking charge and trying to go down the right path. And I feel like there are a couple of services that I can offer to you throughout, the time that we get to know each other to help you out. And would you be interested in those?
I guess right now I don't have a choice. So, yeah, I would be interested. If this don't go the way I planned it, I won't have the money to. So,
Okay. Well, Brian, I thank you for coming to me today, and I will be seeing you within the upcoming weeks. And again, my name is Sean Smith, and I'm a BSW student here. If you have any more questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to contact me. I'm always here. You call the office, the director line to me. And if you need anything else, just let me know.
thank you.
Thank you, Brian. Have a good day.
You too.